Oh, I love it, Ursula replies, lowering herself into a wooden bistro chair. The ladies over at the quilting circle think it's wonderful. I suppress a small smile of pleasure. I imagine the old biddies over at the Stitch and Bitch Club were worried I'd give High Grounds a bared brick and light bulb hipster kind of vibe, like the coffee chain that shall not be named. Starbucks. When, in fact, the look I've gone for is probably much more their thing, with plush velveteen, floral china, tablecloths, and mismatched chairs. Jenner thinks he's being cute when he calls it old lady chic, but he knows in his heart the style is genteelly eclectic. Well, I think it's too dang fancy, Betty mutters, her eyes flicking disdainfully over the new decor. Her brows lower, and her mouth puckers like a cat's butthole as her gaze flits from a tasseled lampshade to the front half of a tin zebra that appears to burst through the far wall. I might have gone a little overboard with this, but I like to think its surprised expression is the result of it finding itself not quite having escaped a hunter's gun, even if it was salvaged from an old-fashioned carousel. But what could you expect? Betty mutters in the manner of the senior citizen she is, as in loud enough for the whole place to hear. The family just live to make a spectacle of themselves. That old busybody needs an attitude adjustment, Jenner mutters darkly. His next, and much more explicit, words are covered by the hiss of the milk steamer. You should tell her to take her nasty attitude someplace else. If I kicked out everyone who had something to say about my family or me, I wouldn't have much of a business left. Instead, I just smile and take their money and ignore their small-mindedness. Except for those who really get under my skin because their butter cookies or scone might find themselves swiped along the floor before it reaches their table. If they're particularly mean, I might even let Moose, the Chihuahua cross Brillo pad, lick it. And she licks her butt. You don't need their money, he huffs, spoken like a person with no responsibilities. And you don't need their attitudes stinking up the place, not while Wilder sits in hearing distance. You might have the hide of a rhino, he censures. Your son does not. But he does have on his headphones. My words are light, even as my stomach twists. My part-time barista sure knows how to poke my Achilles heel. Mom? As though hearing his name, my child's eyes flick to mine, his voice carrying loudly across the space. What's my dad's favorite color? He asks, lifting one of the muffin-sized domes from his ear. Orange. My answer is unnecessarily loud, more so even than Betty's senior citizen mutters and Wilder's headphone-instigated loudness combined. Maybe I should have gone with blue. It seems more plausible. Also, gender stereotyping? Orange, I repeat with a firm nod of my head. It's not like he's around to contradict me, I think, as I grab a tiny teapot from the shelf so fast that the top audibly rattles. Besides, all parents lie. The toy store is closed. Carrots help you see in the dark. If the wind changes, you'll stay that way. Good job, honey. Yes, of course I can see it from here. But my untruths are less fudging and more a necessity when it comes to Wilder's father, because there are a lot of things I don't know about him. I don't know if he prefers baseball over football, what kind of car he drives, where he lives, what he does for a living, or, well, you get the picture. His name is Roman, and he's Australian. I know he drinks scotch and double espressos, though not at the same time. The other things I know about him aren't really suitable for my son's tender ears. Like how he has 100 different smiles, each one of them more persuasive than the last, and has the kind of skills that could induce an ordinarily sensible girl into a night of recklessness. Roman is too tall, too handsome, and just far too tempting. He was also fast. Fast in the old-fashioned separate a girl...